The purpose of this recording is to introduce Microsoft Word. Word is a document processing program where you can create documents like cover letters, resumes, newsletters, and things like that. Of course, this recording we will just be introducing Word and some of the features that it has. And so when you open Word the first time, if you go to File here at the top, you can start off with basically a template. Like you can see here, we have banner calendar. We can search for templates that are available out there. And a template is basically a document that was created before, and you see how it looks professional. And all we need to do is we can import that and then plug in our information to customize it. But typically you want to start with a blank document. So I'm going to click on blank document, which is basically this one. And at the top you have a ribbon. As you can see, a ribbon has tabs, and each tab has certain features. So we can insert tables, we can do certain designs, layout, references, review. We can also do spell check and whatnot. And file, of course, is like a backstage view of our Word program. So let's go to home for now. So we have a ribbon, we have quick access toolbar that is customizable, so I can add more to it from here. At the bottom we have a status bar. Right now it shows page 1 of 1, 0 words, and we can of course zoom in and zoom out. This view is called a print layout view, and so these edges, basically if I were to print this, the printout will look just like that, with these being the edges of the paper. And you also have other views like read mode if you want to read like a long Word paper. We also have web layout view as well. But let's stick to this view for now, the print layout view. Now, the space between the cursor and the edge of the paper, that is called margin. So we have left margin, we have top margin, we have right margin, and we have bottom margin at the bottom. And you see we have a ruler at the top. So right now the cursor is at the 1 inch mark. If you want to hide the ruler or show it, you can go to the view tab, and you see how ruler is checked. So if I uncheck that, the ruler will go away. You can also add grid lines and so on and so forth, but that is not what we want right now. So let's uncheck that, and let's go to the home tab. So under home you have different groups like font group, paragraph group, styles group, and so on and so forth. And so let's type something here. So let's type, for example, my name, right? And so you saw how basically there was like an autocomplete feature. See, this is called autocomplete. Because I saved my name with the Word, that's why it knows me basically. And so if I'm happy with the suggestion, I can hit enter to move on. And then we can put today's date, for example. Again, we can press enter to add the date. Sometimes if you make a mistake, like if you mistype a word, you will get like a red wiggly line. Hopefully we'll get to that shortly. So let's say we are going to type a basic paper or a basic document about information literacy or digital literacy. So I'm going to put here digital literacy, and below that we have a paragraph. So I already have a paragraph that I'm going to copy and paste. So I can right click to paste. So to copy something, you can like highlight the text and you can click copy in the clipboard, or the keyboard shortcut for that is Control C, as in cat. And so to paste it, you can click on this paste option. You also have other options as well, where you can like paste a picture and whatnot. So we'll just click the normal paste button, and that will paste the text that we copied. You can also do Control V as in Victor to paste. You can right click and paste as well. So you have many ways to paste something in Word. If I want to also move text from one place to another, so let's say I only have the word digital here and I want to move it down here, so I can highlight it, double click to highlight, and then click and drag down to move it down. So let me have like a blank line here. See, I can click and drag down. If I want to copy text using also dragging my mouse, so if I select digital literacy and I hold Control key on my keyboard and I drag, this way you can also make a copy. See, if you hold Control, you make a copy. If you don't hold Control, you just drag it, you're just basically moving it from one place to another. All right, so we have digital literacy. This will be my title. So one way to modify this to make it look like a title is you can go to the font. I can change for example, the font type. So let's say I want to do, let's see, Times New Roman. And I want to change the size of the text. So let's say I want to do 22 points. You can also change the size of the text by clicking here, increase or decrease the font size. If you want to make it if you want to put it in the middle, you can click on this to center align it in the middle. And another way to change the style of the text is you can go to styles here, and you see we have different styles to choose from. So let's say I want to go, for example, with this title style. You see how it looks different. Again, if you want to center align it, you can click on this to center align it in the middle. If you want to increase the space between the title and the actual paragraph, one way to do that is, of course, hit enter. Or let's say I want to undo the step. So Control Z to undo what I did. Or you can also click on this arrow to undo the changes that you're making. And so to add a space other than hitting enter, I can go to layout, and you see what it says, spacing. I want to add spacing after the cursor. So see spacing after, and then I can increase the spacing. So let's say I want 12 points. So we added spacing of 12 points. And if you want to increase the space here, like add to the space in between the lines, you can go to the Home tab and select the paragraph. Click on this where it says line and paragraph spacing, and you see how as we hover over the different options, you see how it increase or decrease the space. So let's say I want to do 1.5 spacing, and you see how our changes are looking. If you want to make universal changes, so let's say I want to change my entire document, I want to change the font on all my document. So you can do Control A to select all, Control A, and in here, let's say I want all my document to be Calibri. You click Calibri, and now all of my document is Calibri font. Make sense? Okay, let's see here. See, like this is an option that Word is suggesting that I click here and see what it advises. So it says that, okay, we may need a comma here. So if you click on that, it will add that punctuations to your text. Let's remove this for now. Now, sometimes you might have seen like a horizontal line added right underneath like this particular section, the title section. So to add a horizontal line right below my title, one way to do that is, you see how it says paragraph group? Right above that, there is a borders option. And you see like there is a bottom border showing in there. So if I want to add a horizontal line right after my title, you see where the cursor is, and you simply click on that, and that will add this horizontal line. Other things that you may want to do, of course, is saving your document. So if I go to File, Save As, you can save it to your computer, of course, or save it to a cloud storage if you have like a OneDrive setup. But that's how you would save your document. Other things that you may want to do is add bullets. And so if I want to add bullets here, you see under paragraph you have bullets, you have bulleted list and numbered list. So if I click on bullets, you see we can add things here. Like let's say option 1, option 2. Now if I want to add like something within option 1, you can go inside by hitting the tab key, and that goes like to a subcategory, right? And so you add things here, and you add more things here. And if I want to go back to the primary level, you can do Shift Tab. So Tab goes inside, Shift Tab goes outside. You can also click on these where you can increase indent or decrease indent. Now it's advisable to hit the Tab key here. So normally the first line you hit the Tab key and it moves it to basically a certain place. And here it's about 1/4 of an inch. If you hit Tab again, you see it moved it to 1/2 an inch. Now, if you want to see the formatting marks in your document, you can click on this, and that shows you all the formatting marks, the paragraph marks and other hidden formatting symbols. And you see, for example, how this is basically a tab key. The dots correspond to spaces. This is like a new line, and so on and so forth. Sometimes it helps to show your formatting marks, but let's go ahead and deselect that to hide the formatting marks. You can make changes either using the ribbon, or you see as I highlight text here, we have something called mini toolbar. So I can make changes directly from the mini toolbar. So without having to go to the ribbon, I can make the changes directly from the mini toolbar. If you want to change your margin, you want to increase the margin or decrease the margin, you can go to layout and then go to margins. You see right now it's the normal type, which is 1 inch like all around. If you want to make it narrow, you can make it 1/2 an inch all around. So look, if I click on that, you see what happens. So now it's 1/2 an inch. So sometimes if you want to like save paper, you don't have too much white space, then you may want to go with a narrow margin. But let's go ahead and go with normal. So back to the normal margin. Okay, so now let's go ahead and insert an image. So if you go to insert, you have pictures, and you can, if you have a picture on your computer, you can use that, or we can even search for online pictures. So let's go ahead and search for that. And so let's say I want to search for something to do with digital. And notice how the Creative Commons is checked, and this is like, make sure that this is checked, so that means you can freely use these images. So let's say I want to use this one. You click on that one, click Insert. That adds the image. Of course, it looks too big. So when you click on the image, you have picture format where you can make it smaller. Let me click on this outside box and delete it. Okay, never mind, it deleted the whole thing. But let's go ahead and format the whole thing. So let's click on the outside box, picture format, and make it smaller. Okay. And let's say, for example, let me move this around. Okay. Let's say I want to wrap the text around my image. So let me make it smaller even. This is not the best of images. I just picked it on the fly. But so let's say I want to wrap the text around my image. So if you click on the image, you can click here, layout options, and you can do, for example, with text wrapping, and then click square, and you see how I can move the image, right? I can move the image around. So basically the text is wrapped around the image. Okay. You can play with this all day long. Okay, so let me put it at the bottom. So that's how you can add your image. If you want to change the theme of your document, you can click on Design, and you have Themes. So right now we're using the standard Office theme, but see, like, I can change the theme with a single click. So let's say I want to go with this slice theme. So if I click on it, you see how it completely changed the look and feel of my document. And once you change the theme, your color options will also change. So if I go to Home, my theme, say how it says theme colors. So each theme has its own selection of colors to choose from. Now, sometimes you may want to add like comments and things like that. So if I go to, let's see, I go to Review. Yeah, if I go to the Review tab, let's say I want to add a comment here. So if I click New Comment, I can add a comment here, something like define term. Okay, or define digital literacy. And so if I am working in a team environment where, we're sharing the same document, I can put comments here so that my team can see the comments that I type. And so like if I'm reviewing this for someone, I'm telling him, please define digital literacy. And so they would define it in their document. Now, if you want to find things, so if you want to find certain words, you can go to Home, Editing, and then Find. So let's say I want to find the word cyber. See, it found the word cyber. Let's say I want to find the word social. Okay, you see how it quickly finds the word. If you do Control F on your keyboard, Control F as in Frank, that's a quick shortcut to basically find text within your document. And then once you find a word, you can simply change it. You can replace it. And so let's say, for example, I want to replace a certain word, like the word ethical. So let's say, for example, I wanted to replace the word ethical with another word. I can do editing here, replace, and I want to find the word ethical, and I want to replace it with the word moral. So if I do replace all, you see it found one occurrence of the word, and then it replaced it. And you see how now it's displayed as moral. And also you can make your replace case sensitive. So if you click match case, for example, here, it will match this case. So if there's a moral capital M, that won't be replaced. And so that is a good feature to use as you do find and replace. If I have misspelled word, like let's say, you see how I removed the A from here. So this is a word telling me that this word is or might be misspelled, because sometimes it complains about words that are spelled correctly, like names and things like that. But if I click here, it gives me suggestions on how to change it. So if I'm happy with the spelling suggestion, I can click on it, and now that is corrected. If I do Ctrl-Z to undo my changes here, you can also go to Review, and you see we have an option for spelling and grammar. And see, like it found also that word being misspelled, and it's giving me suggestions. If I'm happy with that, you can click on it, and that basically correct your spelling for that word. Now, if I want to add headers and footers to my document, one way to do that is if you go to Insert, I can add header. And header is basically going to be inside my margin. So at the top margin is the header, and inside the lower margin is the footer. So if I want to add a header here, so let's say I want to add this particular header, I can type something like digital literacy. Okay. And now this basically digital literacy will be at the top of every page. So if I have another page here, so let me just keep hitting enter, you see how we went to page 2, and you see how the header is repeated at the top of every page. You can, like if you want to make changes to the header, you can double click there, and that takes you back to the header. Let's go to footer. So you see we have header and footer once we are in the header. And let's say we go to footer, and I want to add page number. So I'm going to hit tab key until we go to the right side of my footer, and I will click page number. I want to add page number to the bottom of the page, and I want to place it here. And so now we have page number. We can close header and footer, and so now we have header at the top, digital literacy. We have the page number at the lower right corner, and you see page number 2 has also the same, the second page number. Last thing I want to show you in this recording is how to add a footnote or endnote. So if you want to define certain things, or if you want to add more text, a descriptive text to a certain part of your document. And so, for example, let's say at the end of operating systems, I want to add a footnote here to explain more what I mean by that. So if you go to references, you can add endnote or footnote. Footnote is going to show at the bottom of the page. Endnote will show at the bottom of the entire document. So if you click Insert Footnote, you see how it added one here, right? And now I can add more information. So I can add operating systems like Windows Windows and Mac OS, for example. And so now if I hover over that, you see the footnote that I added at the bottom of the page. I hope you found this recording helpful. Have a wonderful day.